Hi, everybody. I thought I would offer this as a way for you to read this article along with me so that just in case you like things read aloud by a human, a really awesome human. But anyway, this will be your assignment this week. This article, you just go to my Newsella Principles of Science class, you click on the article, and then over to the side, there will be one writing assignment, which you just have to write a couple sentences, and then a quiz to take to see how much you understood the article. The writing assignment is going to ask you to say what makes this text worth reading. What will a reader gain from reading this? So you're just going to say what the author's purpose is. Like, why do you think the author wrote this article? Were they trying to entertain you? Were they trying to inform you? Were they trying to persuade you about something? And then just another sentence backing up that claim. So if I'm going to say that they're going to inform me, what are they informing me about? And then you can use evidence from the article. Tell me your favorite fact that you learned about when we read the article today. So that sounds good. I will just go ahead and start reading. This is called Your Body's Growth is Largely Determined by Your DNA. And our DNA, we know, is in every single one of our cells in our body, except red blood cells, but we talked about that before. But you have DNA in every cell, and it carries information about your body, and it controls what you look like, your height, and a lot of your health in your body, your abilities, sometimes like whether you can roll your tongue, like that. That's genetic, that's controlled by our DNA, carries information. And last week we learned there's a lot of other benefits to DNA, like, it helps make hair and skin cells and all kinds of other benefits, right? So this one's about how your body's growth is largely determined by your DNA. So how tall you are, basically. Cells are the building blocks of all living things. You grew from one little egg cell smaller than the head of a pin. By the time you are fully grown, your body will be up to 20,000 times larger. That's a lot of growing. You've already had one growth spurt. Growing happens as cells swell, divide, and conquer. Swell means you get big. So they get big, they divide, and connect, not conquer. That's funny. Even after you get as tall as you're going to get, new cells are always growing to replace old ones. Like if you fall and skin your knee, your body replaces that skin with new cells, right? Thanks, DNA. Different body parts grow at different speeds. By the time you're 10 years old, your head is almost grown-up size. The rest of you may take 10 years to catch up. Inside your body, your organs all grow at their own speeds. The way your bones grow controls your height. I read somewhere that your ears, I think, always keep growing as you get older. That was kind of cool. You get taller as your spine and bones in your legs and arms grow. They stretch and grow longer, but they do not change at a steady speed. They change faster during 2 times called growth spurts. The first is when you're a baby. In your first year of life, you grew about 25 centimeters, 10 inches. Then your growth got slower, about 3 to 8 centimeters each year. The second spurt is when you're a teenager. During puberty, you may shoot up by 10 centimeters or 4 inches in a year or more. Most of the time, girls get their growth spurts earlier. Girls must be taller than boys for a couple years. They might be taller than boys for a couple years. Hormones trigger growth. Humans grow until we are large enough to survive alone and unprotected. We can't defend ourselves if we are too small. Growing too large can harm our bones and the places they connect called joints. So your elbow is a joint. That's a place where 2 of your bones connect in your arm. It can damage our hearts too if we grow too large, because our heart has to work harder to pump blood throughout our body then. How big will you get? That is up to the code in your cells called DNA. It is like a long instruction set. There is a copy inside each cell, which we know, right? Cells follow different parts of the DNA instructions. Which part depends on where the cell in your body, which part depends on where the cell in your body and signals from other cells. DNA tells each cell what kind of cell to become. It tells each cell when to keep dividing. Messengers called hormones tell your bodies when to grow. Hormones also tell your body when to stop growing. They carry messages through your bloodstream to your cells. Your body makes different amounts of hormones at different stages of life. They flood your blood during growth spurts. So I put a video about hormones on the Canvas page that you can watch too. It's like a really quick tutorial on hormones. After puberty, you're fully developed. Your body makes fewer hormones. Your cells get the messages to stop dividing so quickly. You stop getting bigger. You're grown up. Cells at work. How tall you get depends on the section of DNA called genes. Kind of like whether you have blue eyes or brown eyes or green eyes. Your genes determine that. You get genes from your mom and dad. Most children end up about as tall as their parents. Sometimes children grow taller than their parents. This happens when growth signals tell bones to keep growing for a longer time. In rare cases, there are errors in the DNA. They can cause the body to make too little or too much growth hormone. Then the body may stop growing too soon or keep growing for too long. Your cells are working hard to grow you to the right height. Your body also needs the right supplies. These are healthy foods, sleep, exercise, and sunshine. Sunshine is needed to make vitamin D for strong bones. If you want to grow big and strong, don't bother stretching your legs every day. Don't sleep upside down like a bat. Just eat right, go out and play, and leave the rest to your DNA. So that's a really good advice during this time, is just to go outside and get some sun for your bones to make them strong. So your assignment now is just going to be to click on the writing assignment and tell me why you think this is an important article to read. And you can get on the Newsela site, and that'll help you in case you're like, wait, what did Schwab just read? And so you can reread it yourself. You also have a purple puzzle piece up at the top of your screen. Let me see if I can move this to show you guys. Yeah, up here, there's a purple puzzle piece. And that is Google Read and Write. And if you click on it, see if it works. Ooh, yeah, it does. If you click on Google Read and Write, there is this right here that you can click on, and it'll read the article to you. You have to highlight it, what you want it to read. See? Oh, it's not going to want to stop reading now. Okay. So you can have it do that for you. And then do the quiz. Okay. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.